The list goes on. There's hundreds of them. I've been invited down to University of Miami a month ago. I was invited there. I was invited out to FAU campus out there. There's so many people that believe in this unjust system and believe that I should not be prosecuted. Now I got to take an extra $100 a month and pay it to my attorney. I've got to not only find money for my attorney, I need to come up with thousands of dollars to put up expert witnesses when my trial begins. If they ever get a date for it, I have to provide food, I have to provide shelter for them, and maybe one or two of them I have to pay for their testimony, which is a few $1,000s. Again, it's all about the money. You got the money, you're going to hire the best lawyers, the best experts. You're going to get them to say what you want them to. Money talks. I don't have money. I can't afford these fancy expert witnesses. The witnesses that I've got coming forward to me are coming out of the compassion of their heart because they believe in my cause and in my fight. It kind of disgusts me. We recently just had a billionaire in the news, a guy who owns a polo club here, responsible of a man's life because he was drunk and he took off, and this man's out of jail and probably will not go to jail because he has money.
I think if you had a lot of money, if you had a countless amount of money from the beginning, you think you'd be sitting in the spot you're in?
I think if I had any type of wealth, there would be no charges filed.
Kind of like Rush Limbaugh?
Kind of like it.
How do you think those cops would feel if that was one of their family members?
I think they'd look the other way. Not only do I think they'd look the other way, but I think they would do everything in their power to cover it up.
If O.J. is found not guilty and you're found guilty, what the hell does that say about our world?
This is the most unjust justice system that was ever created.
Best one money can buy anyway.
I guess, yeah, the best one money can buy. I think the whole drug policy and drug war they've got going on is a bunch of propaganda and a waste of billions and billions of taxpayers' dollars.
Seems to take people's attention away from a lot of other issues.
Which is true. I mean, the important things that are actually going on, like in the state of Florida, heroin addicts can come here and get a script for their legalized heroin and go home. But yet, I can't grow marijuana to help with my pain. The government would rather see me on addictive narcotics that I can't live without. Because if I was to go without these narcotics that I've been on for 4 years, I would get very ill and probably die at my age. If you can't find anything that works, try medical marijuana. But be careful who you're with, who you're around, and check the laws in your state. I didn't check the laws in my state. Shame on me. I have a good relationship with my neighbors. I'm friendly with every one of them. None of them look at me any different. In fact, they all ask about how my case is going, and they're all offering to sign petitions for me. And I live, as you can see, in seclusive privacy here. It's private. That's why I like my home. It's private. If the grandkids were ever coming over, we would always take the plants and put them away. There's never exposed to children. My grandkids are, they're great. Kids are neat. They're our future. They're like little sponges, and I love my grandchildren. Barry is going to be 13. Isabella just turned 2, and my granddaughter will be 2 in November.
You know, it's a kind of an interesting concept. And you gotta wonder what a kid would think if you pointed at a plant and said if you had that in your possession, you'll go to jail.
That's crazy. It's
I
like,
mean, you know, how do you think that you would explain it if this doesn't go your way?
I don't know if I can explain it. I see something that's been here for thousands of years, since the beginning of time, and has been used, and it's been proven it's been used for thousands of years to help people in pain. It's all politics, and it's the golden rule, I guess. He who has the gold makes the rules, and until we can get enough people to support this important topic, the rules aren't going to change. My wife works at Walmart part-time. I get a disability check for $1,000 a month. We barely have enough to get by every month. We're not living high on the hog here. I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not a drug rep for any drug company.
What benefit do you think that this arrest had or accomplished for the residents of the state of Florida or society as a whole?
What benefits has it created for them? Well, let's see. None. I can't think of any benefit it's created for them. What I can tell you it's created for them, it's going to cost every taxpayer in the state of Florida to bring me to trial, to prosecute me, and if found guilty, you're then going to have to put me in one of your prisons where your tax dollars are going to have to clothe me, feed me, and take care of me. For what? Because I was trying to live a more comfortable life. My appeal to you is to go to peopleunitedformedicalmarijuana.org, print out the petition, sign the petition. Residents of Florida, sign the petition and get it in. Your petition counts. We need so many of them down here. Every year they raise the number to make it higher and higher. I think now we need like 700,000 signed petitions to make this legal, but in the state of Oregon, they need 80,000. Again, Florida is just one of them good old boy states and has been for a long time.
For many decades, marijuana has been the American poster child for how not to deal with a troubling psychoactive substance. By U.S. law, a Schedule I substance is one with no recognized medical use and great potential harm to the user. Marijuana has been classified as a Schedule I substance for many decades, along with heroin and LSD. Judging from its easy availability, low cost, and widespread current use, such a restrictive classification has failed to retard its use. In fact, enforcement of unrealistic laws regarding marijuana has probably caused more harm than marijuana itself. Although far from harmless by toxicologic or pathologic criteria, marijuana is much less dangerous than many other substances in less restrictive schedules like morphine and cocaine, not to mention the unscheduled legal mass killers, tobacco and alcohol. Of course, marijuana does have proven medical usefulness for some conditions. People obey laws they believe to be just. They do not obey the marijuana laws because they know they are unjust, even absurd. Kids quickly see through lies. Many kids may discount the proper scare tactics about really dangerous drugs like heroin and PCP because the dangers of marijuana have been so overstated. 90% of Americans believe that the federal government should not prosecute medical users of marijuana, despite the newest federal foolishness of the recent Supreme Court decision against it. This common sense position of the people should give pause to any overzealous prosecutors who might have real trouble finding a jury that would convict a seriously ill user of medical marijuana. The court decision now provides the Congress and the Drug Enforcement Administration with a sterling opportunity to join with the population they are supposed to be serving and with the good science of the 10 states that have authorized the controlled use of medical marijuana and reclassify it as some level other than Schedule 1. That's my opinion. I'm Dr. George Lundberg, editor of MedGen Med.